sky, Johnson City, Tennessee.
Gorgeous.
This is taken atop a secret hidden tower on a Techno-Bohemia compound across town. But just a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. There it is.
Oh, so stunning. The best view in Johnson City.
Honestly, it is. I should get a place in that part of town.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, that'd be great. Hey there.
Hey.
I'm Shannon, also known as Big Daddy Voodoo. Depends on where you've seen me, how well you know me. Enjoy with Bailey.
Little Daddy Voodoo.
That's it. You are officially little Daddy Voodoo.
Yes. All I've ever wanted.
There is no Bailey. There is only little Daddy Voodoo.
Oh, love it.
Well, it's good to see you again, Bailey.
Yeah, it's good to see you
It
too.
seems like it's been literally hours.
It might have been hours, which is hours too many.
Right, but we've had so many things happen since our last show. Because last time we talked with Eric Latham down at Johnson City Brewing. Had a great time with Eric. Talked about all kinds of things. I heard from Casper. He saw the video. And he just seemed really pleased that somebody recognized this big deal in his life. Somebody else actually noticed it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and Casper's a good guy. Talk to him. I think we're gonna have Casper on the show.
I love it.
Yeah, he's just such a great dancer, and he does so much for kids in the community. Got to talk to Casper. But then they were setting up for it. We had a Little Chicago Festival all weekend, Friday and Saturday. I was running ragged. I worked the Nelson stage on Rowan Street up at Nelson's Fine Art on Friday, and then I announced bands on the main stage all day Saturday, and I did the roller derby, and I kept, I can't really eat the stuff on the Carnival food side anymore, but I visited it like I was visiting a relative in jail.
Looking longingly.
I would just put my hand on the glass.
Oh man. Yeah, I must admit, I indulged in some funnel cake.
Oh, there's some great stuff. I did go to Fizz. I mean, I said, I'm trying so hard to eat right. I went to Fizz. I got my the best diet soda that I know of is at Fizz. I didn't want to start drinking diet sodas, but health problems and such saw that I couldn't keep drinking the sugar. So diet soda is okay, but Fizz, they have a diet cola. I love it. And then I get the Hops vegan ice cream.
Yeah.
I'm lactose intolerant. I can't have anything good. No sugar, no dairy. But vegan ice cream, fantastic.
I haven't been there enough, but I think they had a cream soda once that was amazing. I keep meaning to, because you look in the window and there are people sitting there and with like floats, and it just looks so good and so wholesome. And
they have the old-fashioned paper straws. Do you ever drink out of paper straws? No. You see, when I was a kid, here we go. Here's when we were talking about the 70s again. But when I was a kid, straws were paper when you got a straw at a place. Yeah. And what I remember most about paper straws, you're trying to drink and it always stuck to your lip. It was the most irritating thing. So Fizz opens up, and they give you a paper straw. I'm like, oh, how great! This takes me back. Oh, son of a... Oh, I hate paper straws.
Are you listening, Fizz?
No. If it's going to cost me any kind of drink, Fizz. No, they're great folks down there. I hung out and chatted with them for a while. Luckily, my friend Jennifer at Inside Alliance, they help with anti-drug programs.
Nice.
They actually meet with every bar owner on Main Street as they come in and counsel them on how to prevent over-serving and how to make sure that they're safely serving people.
Interesting. So, that's really good.
So they had the officers' lounge upstairs. Yeah. And so Jennifer saw that I was exhausted Saturday. Come on up, had barbecue. I hung out with all the police officers.
Yeah. Ooh.
Well, I'm on this end of the room, and they're all on that end of the room.
Huddled over there.
Yeah, they're whispering, and I'm like, you guys having a good afternoon? Good barbecue.
Yeah, speaking of police, they came after Shannon.
I'm sorry about that.
I was on my back porch area. I stepped out.
That's on level 400 of the Techno-Bohemia compound.
Exactly. It's. I've got quite a staircase.
Right.
And I looked down, and this cop was climbing up my stairs, and I about had a heart attack.
Yeah, that was my fault. You just wanted to get me started on my tragedy.
I did.
So I'm the luckiest guy on earth because I got the best friends in the world, and I love to eat and I love to cook. So my really great friends, I presided over their wedding. They bought me an InstaPot. I made a stupid video. It's on my Instagram of me just staring at an InstaPot, and then it cuts back to me, and it cuts back to the InstaPot, and it just said wanting. And because of that, they bought me an InstaPot. What great folks! It's delivered to the front porch of the Technical Bohemia compound. Because although it goes so far underground, it just looks like a house on top with a porch.
Yeah.
And somebody lifted the package between like 1:50 and 4:30 when I got home. Somebody lifted the package, and I was bummed. I went to the post office. Finally had to report it to the police, and they said, "Wait, we'll be right there." Oh, well, we'll be there in a little bit. So I'm waiting, and friend drops by. She's getting a tattoo. Wanted to sit in the air conditioning before she got her tattoo. It's like, sure. That's when the cop comes by. Suddenly, Bailey's here, and she's like, "You have somebody waiting for you." It's okay. So I go out and talk to the officer, file a report, and now I will never see that InstaPot again. My great friends are sending me another InstaPot to my parents' place, which is a safe place to get packages. But I mean, that is the first time in the 7 years that the compound has been on this particular street that I have ever had a package stolen, and I've had tons of stuff delivered here. But then now I talk to the folks that live on the porch. They've had stuff stolen. I talked to folks downstairs. They've had stuff picked up. You lost a bicycle seat.
Yeah, well, and bicycle tires.
Oh, that's
right.
My
wheels they stole.
And the cop in this part of town is you look around and it's beautiful. And
it is beautiful.
But it's right in that middle ground between the places where crime tends to hang out and where the businesses are. So we're in that gray area, and it's just getting a little bit more dangerous as the days go by here.
Yeah, it's getting a little iffy.
Is it? I wonder sometimes. Is it the success of downtown is bringing more people? I mean, we also have all these great day centers and all these places for folks with no place to stay are in this part of town, which is fine. I've gotten to know many of these folks that sleep around, and I don't even know where they sleep. Let's be honest, but. Some of them are just princes of people down in their luck. Yeah.
But, and unfortunately, some whoever's running around is just jacking stuff.
And it could be that one of these people driving one of these expensive cars just recognized the box on the porch.
That's right. They're like, "Ooh, I want an InstaPot."
Yeah. But anyhow, let's talk about some more pleasant stuff.
Like Little Chicago.
And but to backtrack just a little bit, speaking of vegan food, and this is today's news. If I had a graphic, it would be like right here. That would be big news. This morning, Jeff Pike down at Mid-City Grill. If you're from Johnson City, you probably have been to Mid-City.
You're familiar with Mid-City,
even if you don't know Jeff.
Yeah.
It's truly the best burger place in town.
It's magnificent.
And I recently had, again, some health trouble, and I just can't eat burgers. I can have maybe part of a burger occasionally, but I can't eat burgers. And I loved the Gravity Burger. Jeff this morning surprised everyone by releasing Mid-City's new vegan menu.
Like a full menu.
A full menu. If you like the Big Daddy, the vegan Big Daddy. If you like the Gravity Burger, the vegan Gravity Burger. Holy crap. I just sat there this morning like, I can eat all this.
And Mid-City is now delivering dinner.
Oh my gosh.
Which they didn't do before.
Boy, they did that when they first opened, and I was broke a lot. They are right in range of this particular safe house in the Technical Bohemia compound network.
And they are incredible. They're incredible whether you're sober or drunk. I definitely recommend going there drunk.
Absolutely.
That's the quintessential Mid-City experience.
Almost forgot to turn on the chat room. Forgive me, folks. God.
What Bailey's drinking?
Yeah. Already the questions.
Steel Reserve hard pineapple cider.
Ooh.
I saw it. I thought it looked good.
Pineapple cider. Hard pineapple sounds good. What do you think?
It's pretty good. I'd never had Steel Reserve before. Any of their beers.
I used to buy it because it was cheap and had a bunch of booze in it. They sold it at the BP behind my old place.
It's pineapple-y without being overwhelming. It's good.
The original Steel Reserve is musky without actually being dirt laden is the best way I would describe it.
Oh man, yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Right on. So okay, now we get back to Little Chicago. First day of Little Chicago, I was on the stage. I was on the stage all day, but got word that Saborés was having a soft open this weekend.
Got word from me.
Got word from Bailey. And so I immediately, as soon as I could get up, I'm looking at the watch. Okay, I have to introduce this band, and then I can get down there because I'm assuming, this new Cuban place is where everybody wants to eat, so it's going to be packed. So I go down immediately, like 4:00, get reservations. Say, Bailey, we're eating out tonight, and we meet after I get. The last band was like band, and I went down to. If the folks that I worked for saw that, I did not really do that. We went down to Saborés, and it was still pretty empty. It had been empty when I was there earlier in the afternoon. There were not a lot of people at, 9:30?
Yeah.
I think our reservations were.
I mean, a few tables came in a little bit after us.
Yeah. I recognize a lot of the servers working there.
Yeah,
though.
I did too.
These are the crack best
people.
of the best.
Yeah.
These are the people you will generally find when a really good restaurant opens.
Yes.
And I hope they can hold on to them because, especially the
too.
gent, and I cannot remember his name, who waited on us.
Cole,
Thank you. He's waited on me at several places over the years, but it always seems to be the first week or two when a place is open.
Yeah.
But fantastic, as pro as it gets.
Yeah.
And what? Let's see. Ordered.
Choppy.
Oh, that was the main event, or was that?
Yeah, that's what we both got, but you got a different meat than me.
Right, but before that we had the salads.
Oh, we had the salads, yeah.
Oh, your poor salad.
Oh, I dropped my salad when I was leaving. About had a heart attack.
That was so sad, even for me, and I didn't.
So sad.
I didn't even have her salad.
You know when you're looking at food on the sidewalk and you just are
there was
staring?
a moment, both of us.
Yeah, just sad.
30-second rule.
But it was the Asiago cheese salad, and it was really good.
It was so creamy. I mean,
It
looked like a
creamy.
dressing, but
So
you
good.
gave me a bite of it. It was like, that's just Asiago.
So good.
Sorry,
Amazing.
didn't mean to shake you guys up. It's a little tight in here. But I had it was called the nut salad.
Yeah.
And it had walnuts and pecans, and
It had some fruit.
it had a little bit of cranberries and raisins, and then it had just regular spring mix.
Yeah.
Fantastic. This little strawberry vinaigrette, I think, was on it. I
Yeah.
love a good strawberry vinaigrette.
Yeah.
Oh, it was fantastic.
It was really good.
And then we moved on to the main event.
Yes.
You had the pork.
I had the roasted pork. I think it's roasted pork.
I think you're right. And I went with, and I never do this, I went with the mai because this menu. Oh, I've got the menu. I'll run in here.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put it on. I'll put it on with the video on the Facebook.
To be clear, the meat was on like a bowl of jasmine rice with black beans, chimichurri, something else.
It was like
like
some
a
kind of
pico de
fresh-
gallo kind
yeah.
of thing.
It was really fresh
and then meat
tasting.
on top.
And the only difference really was that they had different proteins.
Yeah,
And so her roast pork was really good.
it was incredible. It was so tender.
And with a Cuban restaurant, that roast pork is like the centerpiece. That's
Right.
how you get your
Exactly.
your panini sandwiches. That's how you get the Cuban. That's how you get all that good stuff. So that's how you tell a good Cuban restaurant, and they pass that test.
So good.
But I got that mai. It was $12. I've been to
nothing.
really nice restaurants and paid a lot more for fish than
Mm-hmm.
this, and I haven't gotten anything as good as this.
Yeah.
This mai was perfectly seasoned, but blackened mai. It was blackened.
Yeah.
Fantastic. It by itself, I could have just kept eating the fish, independent of the rest of it. It was fantastic. I loved every bite of that dish, and I think I paid with the salad with the.
It was under $20.
Right? Yeah, it was just under $20. It was like, I've paid $30 and $40 for meals like this, and it was totally satisfying.
I went back the next day with friends, and I had their plantains.
That's another one. I should have thought of that.
Delicious.
They weren't expensive. They were like, what, $2.50 or something like that?
No, they weren't bad at all.
Yeah.
And then I just had black beans and rice without the meat. still absolutely good. Like, I mean, fabulous.
That's a
so
great
good.
test. If you can make good black beans and rice, that's because I'll make
Super
that
good.
here, and that's all.
Yeah,
I
I
need.
know. Yeah. And was it next week they're going to try to have their full menu?
They said that Monday they were going to continue the soft open, and then by like tomorrow, by Friday, by this next weekend, their goal was to have the full menu rolled out. And I asked them, I'm like, are these prices a special, soft open introductory price, or is this going to be the standard prices for this stuff? And our waiter said that this was going to be the standard prices as far as he knew. He hadn't heard anything otherwise, and that's amazing. You can eat a Chinese buffet for the same price.
Yeah.
You can get this amazing mai.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Totally worth it.
And to be clear, the people who own Saborés owned the dining room in Jonesboro, if you remember that Cuban restaurant. And it was really good.
Right.
But it hasn't been downtown Jonesboro in a long time.
Yeah, they got lured away from downtown Jonesboro. They were made an offer they couldn't refuse down here in downtown Johnson City.
All I'll say is I'm happy they're in downtown Johnson City.
Absolutely, it's a great addition, and I can't wait to eat out on the patio. We ate inside.
Yeah.
I'd been outside all day, and I was over it. Air conditioning was all I needed. So we ate inside it, but a lovely place. The place is so blue. It's
very blue. It's
like
very calming.
TARDIS blue.
Yeah.
It's odd to me for a Cuban restaurant.
Yeah.
Usually they're fierier colors than that to me.
And they have a gorgeous bar.
Yes.
That doesn't have alcohol yet.
Right.
But
They're letting you bring your own.
Yep, they're letting you bring your own.
The lady at the front counter, she was kind of new, so she told me that I could bring my own wine, beer, or spirits. Ooh. And we got jinky video according to Biller. I can fix that.
Oh no.
Yeah, I can fix that, but I'd have to stop. So, I don't think that's representative.
I didn't think so.
I don't think that's representative of what everybody else is seeing. But let's go to the chat room for just a minute. A lot of stuff going on there.
Oh yeah, that's who I.
Stephanie's going to drink the champagne of beers. You're talking my language, Stephanie, because the champagne of beers is what I drink up at Everett's all the time.
And I did not try the hot sauce at Saborés.
Oh, I didn't even think about hot sauce.
I didn't either. It was so good I didn't need it.
Oh, I got to go back and try that. I bet it's great. Stephen Jenkins of the Jenkins Wing of the Technomania compound. Yes. That's on level 7,000, I think. I managed to have dinner at Saborés with 3 lovely ladies Saturday night. And then he also asked that's where he asked if we tried the hot sauce. Yeah. I gotta try that. I love the hot sauce. How about everybody else? How's your video looking? I got a text saying that it's a little jerky. I kind of turned up the resolution a little bit tonight. Actually, I'm seeing the stream health is in the red.
Oh no.
That's okay. I can go right over here and fix it, but it's going to take just a minute. There we go. On the fly. Didn't even stop. Didn't even slow down.
No. There's no time.
Ninjas.
Ninja.
Yeah, ninja.
Get up, ninja.
Oh, it's Chappie finally. That's last week.
I still have not seen Chappie.
If you love Danward, you gotta see Chappie because they're awesome in it. Ninja's big jerk, and Yolanda is just perfect.
I was running around today. Once I got my car fixed, had the top down, taking a drive because I was so happy, and I was listening to. Do you know the song "Cookie Thumper"?
I can't place it, but I don't usually look at the titles when I listen to it.
I can never listen to it the same way again because that's just thumping in my car. But my brother informed me that it's about anal sex. It's about a guy who went to prison and then became obsessed with anal sex. So I'm running around town.
Right.
Thumping.
That's right.
Telling you. It's Verbal. This is Verbal's Revenge. It's going to be our next indie film.
Yeah. Sneaks up and farts on people.
He does do that.
You don't even... Oh, boy. If he farted right now, we would be out of this apartment. I'm telling you.
Sorry, we have to stop the stream.
There is no way I want to be in these tight quarters when he lets one rip.
I can just open him up
You don't understand. It's like you open it and it's drawing all that out past you. It's it never ends. I don't know how he does it or what. What's medically wrong with that dog?
The beauty of a little rabbit fart is that it just smells like wet hay.
Oh.
Like wet hay that's been maybe rotting a teeny bit.
That's not bad. I grew up in a farm. Huh?
Right, exactly.
Okay, we got green lights. I think it was my router had messed up. So I know now to recycle the power before we try to do anything here.
Yes. Thank you for being patient.
Router. So give it a minute, make sure that it's going to stick, and then we'll get back into it.
Yeah, Stephen just asked me if it was starting over.
God, no, we're not starting over.
No, I think it was showing him, like this live stream.
Oh, yeah, that's
starting over.
That means that it's processed itself once, so it'll save this as multiple files.
We can't seem to jump back to the current time. We have to go back to the beginning.
It will be back as a live stream. It'll take just a couple minutes.
Okay, I'll tell him that.
They may need to refresh the page and go back because it's trying to play the process like it was pre-recorded. I've had the exact same problem.
Now I'm just going to stare at the camera.
At least you're staring at the camera. I'm just looking I'm looking below the camera.
That's right. I'm trying to steal attention from you so they don't notice you're doing it. I'll start voguing.
Good plan. Strike a pose. This is where we started. You ever been to an actual Vogue competition? Where people like fall backwards and stuff?
Why would they fall backwards?
That's how you do it now. Voguing came back about 10 years ago. But it came back in a new post-industrial phase of voguing.
Yeah.
And so you're in the club, and, dance floor clears, and it sounds like people just hitting on pots and pans, techno-y kind of stuff starts playing. And the DJ at the club I was at in Charleston started freestyle rapping to it. And while he was freestyling it, two girls come out, and it becomes a Vogue battle. And they're like doing their things, but the thing is now with a Vogue is not the framing. The framing is just done.
Right.
It's falling back as hard as you can on your back.
I'd be afraid to knock the breath out of myself.
So they would twirl their heads and then whap. I was like, ugh. I'm like, is this healthy? Whap again. I'm like, does somebody need to call someone?
Maybe it's like glow. Maybe there's a floor that's like a false floor that sounds
It is a lot like glow. I watched them finally, and what they're doing is they're falling back on their leg. They're not actually doing like the old rap fall flat. They're laying back on their legs, and it looks. And when they hit, they're sprawling their arms out to make it look like an impact. So their arms are diffusing all of that.
So it is like glow.
It's a lot like it, yeah. Yeah. Well, interestingly enough, it starts playing and the video freezes again. Mm-hmm. Not going to touch it.
Nope, we're not going to touch it. No touching.
Nope. No Tactile Contact, Saturn V, one of my favorite sci-fi movies in the 70s. Had to be there.
I'm sure.
Harvey Keitel. I really have
Harvey Keitel.
Harvey damn Keitel. Enough said.
Start.
At that time, Quentin Tarantino was just a punk kid watching Saturday morning cartoons. Harvey Keitel had already been acting for years. We need to have Harvey Keitel on the show.
Yeah, I'm sure we could get him.
Give him a call.
It's fine. Who knows? Maybe Quentin Tarantino's here for the Bristol race. Maybe we could get him.
Could be.
Do a special weekend show.
I was always hoping that when I worked out there, I was working the stage in the front of the racetrack. I was always hoping that a celebrity would come up.
I know, right?
I had a guy that played a grandpa that kept pooping himself on some comedy that I never watched come up and talk to me. So, hey, you know who that was? That's grandpa kept pooping himself.
Hilarious.
I was like, for real? No, on television. I worked my ass off doing these lousy web shows, and some man makes a living being a grandpa that poops his drawers.
I know. You know what I was thinking recently? I just got into an Icelandic show that I finished. It's called Trapped.
Yeah.
Really good. And I thought, I wonder if someone wanted to be an actor, if they wanted to move to a tiny country that had a small population, and you could play an American actor.
Oh, yeah.
And then just start doing little roles there.
Big
and
fish,
then just
small pond.
Big Smish. Yeah, Big Smish.
Big Smish, Paul Con. I want some of that.
This is really good. So good. And then just move up to different countries.
Oh, yeah.
And then just...
So you start off like the Icelandic Robert Redford.
Right.
And then you work your way up to like the Greenland's Jason Alexander.
Exactly.
I see.
It'll be wonderful. And then you can move to
I'm
Canada.
telling you, Bjorn!
Oh my god.
They were asking for it! Right up the longboat! Sorry. My Viking jokes. I don't ever get to use them,
well,
you know?
I just found out I'm 31% Scandinavian, so
That's
I'm
true.
very offended.
Oh, no! Gosh. I should always do a DNA scan of everyone before I do a joke.
To be fair, I'm skeptical, because I'm not really tall and I'm not blonde.
Well,
so,
but your kids could be. There's always a chance.
They could be.
You'll have the daughter that's 6'4".
You know, likes to row boats.
Right.
Kill bears.
So she's either East Tennessee or Viking. I don't know which one. Sometimes there's no difference.
That'd be a badass combination.
Yeah. I'm telling you, there's one thing that any guy like me that's born in East Tennessee, there's one thing, and this is probably sexist and offensive to people of the region, but I went to David Dam Crockett High School in 1989. That's when I graduated, and we just grew up with an entire high school class of women that were whooping every guy's ass.
Yeah,
there was very little problem with sexism in school because you start mouthing off to any of these women and they are going to put you in the ground. They're going to lay you out. It was a tough place to be. Yeah. So we were very respectful. I mean, we were raised to be respectful anyhow, generally speaking. But yeah, that's one of the things I learned at a young age. Yeah,
and I grew up here, and this could have been part of my family, but I grew up being taught how to take care of your car. And not relying on other people.
Excellent.
And, hiking and camping and maybe not being a badass. I mean, I am a badass, but... You're a badass. Knowing how to be a little bit badass when you need to be.
Right.
I may have fancy painted nails, but...
You're fantastic.
I can build a bonfire like
That's the thing.
No one else.
There's nothing that means the two can't be... The two don't have to be mutually exclusive. I mean, I have 3 sisters, and every one of them, they're more than capable of taking care of themselves. Yeah. But, any single one of them, the bear's attacking the campsite. And any one of them could take care of the bear. It just happened that all of them had painted their nails at the same time, and they're like, honey, I'm not getting that bear. You go kill this one.
This one's yours. They're drying.
God, son of a... I don't want to fight a bear. I want to play video games. I'm a dude.
That's amazing. I remember always being up at the Smoky Mountains as a kid to go hiking on the Blue Ridge Mountains or Grandfather Mountain. And you'd see these, you always knew who the tourists were. Because they were the ones getting out to take pictures of the baby cubs and getting in between baby cubs and the mama. And there were those of us who are from here going, that's not a good idea.
Screw that. I'm jumping in that trash can right there.
We're staying in the car. Watching.
While your family was camping and roughing it and walking around, my family was the one in the camper that had the music blaring and the TV on and the air conditioner cranked, and we're not going outside. We are not going outside. We're staying in the camper.
God forbid when you're camping, you go outside.
That's right.
Maybe put your feet into a creek.
That's right. The only time we went outside was my baby sister Christy. She took off all of her clothes and she ran outside into the campground, and we're all trying to catch her, but she's like really hard to grab onto to get her inside. She's just a little bitty thing.
Yeah.
We're all trying to grab her, and she's just running around naked and through everybody's. She's trying to hide in people's campers and stuff.
I will admit, I was that kid.
Yeah.
Anytime there was bath time, if my mom turned her back for 2 seconds, I'd be out the front screen door going back to play in the backyard.
Right.
Free as a bird.
Right.
Happy as a clam.
And now my sister is, I don't know, 30-ish esque, somewhere in her 30s maybe. And I've been waiting all this time to tell that story to a good audience.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This will be on the internet forever.
Welcome to the internet.
Just like me saying it's a flat earth.
Odinite, dang it, wish I'd come in earlier.
Aww.
I'm guessing that was during some of the early part of that conversation. It got
well,
weird.
we might go a few minutes late
Yeah.
to
Yeah. Now, did you hear about the dog farts?
or the rabbit farts?
The rabbit. We were trying to. No, that's okay.
This is important.
Stephanie's
information.
back.
Yay!
Welcome
Which
back.
means Steven and Danny are back.
Oh, right on. Hey, Danny. Haven't seen you in a while.
I think. I don't know.
Just in case, I better.
They're all
say
watching together.
Yeah. We need more views than that. Everybody needs to watch individually.
Yeah, I know. Get on your own phones. Go to a different room.
Just put your phone in another room. I don't care.
We don't care. It's fine.
We need those views.
I have like two laptops upstairs running it. Just.
I got the main one in the back.
Yeah.
I should have been recording back there too. Actually, I'm going to check our status real quick.
Yeah.
We're good.
We had a few things we'd talk about. Saborés, Little Chicago, but there's a third thing.
What's that?
I don't remember.
Oh.
I'm not being helpful.
We talked about Mid-City opening the vegan menu,
Yes.
which knocked everything else
Yes.
out of my mind. Actually, you promised last week that we're going to get to see the cover of your book.
I did promise that last week. I was so drunk last week, though. In our extra.
And that reminds me of something else.
Oh no!
No end of things to talk about. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But I will show it.
Right on.
If
Are you able to tell us anything about your third novel that you've just finished? It hasn't even been edited yet, right?
Right. It hasn't been edited yet. So it'll be a little while before it comes out. I'm hoping around Christmas would be good. Honestly,
Absolutely.
Give it to family. My little pitch for it is. It's about the power struggle within a family of Russian mercenaries.
Right.
So it's going to be bloody. There are going to be a few C-bombs, a lot of F-bombs.
If you do a project and it doesn't have some C-bombs, I am personally going to be disappointed.
You should just check to see if I'm sick at that point.
Right.
But all tasteful, all in good fun and violent fun, but good
those
fun.
Fun Russian mafia types.
Yes, because no one's sick of Russians right now. Yeah, so let's see if I can. I won't know. Can we switch to the other view so I can see the live?
Actually, yeah, we can do that.
So I can make sure
so
I'm
you can
actually. So this is the working cover currently. Let's see.
There we go.
It's called Fide. Trying to get the light.
I dig that.
Thank you. If I were more technologically advanced, I would have, cut it in or something.
No, but the fact that it is what it is, I think that's keep it simple, keep it clear.
That's right.
I really like the design on that.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that'll come out in a few months, and I'm thinking maybe about putting the first chapter online.
That's a good idea. That's really cool.
Getting you suckers hooked.
Fans. She meant fans.
I did mean fans. Did I say suckers? I mean suckers.
I meant suckers who are watching.
Yeah, my friends. My fellow suckers.
But that's awesome. I mean, I told you right after we met, I'm blown away that you could sit still long enough to write. I've written my whole life. Short stories are my thing, and so I can knock one out.
Yeah.
I knock it out, and I'm gone. I've finished my sandwich, and the story's done.
Yeah.
But the fact that you can sit down and focus on your novel, that's fantastic.
Well, I need the escapism.
Yeah.
But that reminded me, actually, what our third thing was.
What's that?
We were going to talk about ourselves, because we've had some requests.
Oh, that's right.
To maybe talk a little bit more about ourselves, because a lot of you who know me might not know Shannon. A lot of people who know Shannon might not know me.
And a lot of you know me as Pepe Manuel, and
yep.
That's awkward.
I'm not giving you my name that you all know me as. Because if you can find me on the internet, I'll need to move again.
Ruined a perfectly good alias. But that's your third novel.
That is my third novel.
Your second one, did it get published yet?
Not yet. Not yet, because it's my baby.
Oh.
So I don't...
That's the passion project.
It's the passion project. It's done, not edited.
Yeah.
I don't want people to bully it on the playground.
I understand.
So it's not out. My first novel is out. So I guess what I should be saying is I'm a writer, native Johnson Cityan. I love drinking. I love meeting new people. I graduated from Science Hill. That's really all you really need to know about me.
There you go. Lady of mystery.
Yeah, and the reason I'm on the show is because we are neighbors.
Right.
And made friends over verbal, which we talked about.
That's a story for another time.
Yeah, well, we told it once.
Yeah, but we'll embellish it and tell it with Russian spies.
And we'll have verbal actually in here.
He's asleep over there right
now. So maybe you should tell us about you.
Oh, boy. My story's so much longer than yours.
Oh,
No, I can boil it down real fast. For many years, I was a filmmaker with my friends. We did a bunch of videos for DragonCon TV, and they still play them. They still play one of them. They had to retire all of them because now that was 2004 that we made these 4 videos, and they still play one of them, which features me. And the weirdest day of my life was I was at DragonCon in the early 2000s or mid 2000s, and I saw a guy dressed as me from the video. Someone cosplayed as my character from this DragonCon video, and it was so surreal. I felt like I don't need any awards. I have that guy.
I will have this forever.
when I saw him, I turned immediately to all my friends. Am I that huge?
Oh no.
He was a large guy, and I got a little self-conscious, but I was good. And then we did. I did that for a long time. The problem with filmmaking is you put your money in it, you put your time in it, and you have to get every friend, acquaintance, stranger. You have to shake the trees. You have to get everyone together at the same place at the same time, and you usually can't do it with 1 or 2 people.
No.
You got to have a group, and all it takes is one important person not to show up. And over again, one important person wouldn't show up, and it would cost me a lot of money. I mean, this is my money I'm putting into these things, and I met a friend who got into roller derby. They started the local Little City Roller Girls roller derby team in 2007, and I'd always watched boxing with my dad. I liked wrestling when I was a kid, but boxing was my thing. Always loved the ring announcers, and I always thought I could do that. I won when I was in high school. I won all these state competitions it's called after dinner speaking, where you just kind of think off the cuff and talk, because I'm a storyteller. I always have been since I was a little kid. So I won all those things, and so I was like, I can do it. And God, this is too long. But I've done a lot of stuff, and some of it's been pretty cool. So I'm at Kahoot Nannies. We talked about Kahoot Nannies every episode so far, and Jamie's always like, "You gonna mention my sandwich?" Well, I'm not. I'm not gonna mention Lovely Dovely, and
we'll never do it again.
No. So I'm down there, and they're having an early fundraiser. They've never skated. They're just trying to raise money. They're doing giveaways. I won like a box of condoms. No, it was like they went to the health department and got all the condoms they could, and they squeezed them into a box.
I like the idea of them being off-brand, like blueberry flavored.
Everyone
or something.
was
like...
some glowed, some were mint.
Oh.
And I popped the top off, and they were in there. So they went
spring-loaded condoms.
Yeah, but I won. I was a winner for a moment, but I got a little bit ripped, and I started announcing a little bit, saying, "Look at this person right here is doing this thing there." As I was drunk, and then they had a spanking booth. Yeah, I don't know if they could do that in the current political climate. They get sued.
Yeah,
but they had a spanking booth.
You have to sign a waiver first now.
And the girls were just taking their hands, and for $2 they'd spank people, and I started selling spankings. I'm like, no, this isn't how you sell spankings. and I went and got a board.
Yeah.
And so, like, oh well, turns out one of the roller girls had a thing for spankings, and so she came in with this bandolier that she rolled out across a table, and it had little bitty paddles over here.
Oh my god!
And it had like a pizza paddle on the other end.
Oh my god!
And I was like, ladies, you're going to make some money. And I started selling spankings by size of the paddle.
That is way better than a car wash.
Exactly. And so I started getting the drunk guys over here. I'm like, I bet your buddy couldn't handle that size. And they would just start getting their buddies paddling. And so they made more money at that fundraiser than... In fact, the band asked me to be quiet. They were in like the very back in another room. They asked me to be quiet. And so after that, they're like, you want to announce for us? So I started badly announcing roller derby. And I didn't know what I was doing. And then I met some other guys that had done it a little longer. I learned from them. And then I started doing it myself. And I did it for like 3 years just locally. And then other teams started asking me to do it. So for 3-4 years, I started doing it. And then some folks here, I'll tell you who it was. It was Brandy and Travis at Venue.
Yeah.
For some reason, they asked me to do the first Pie Wars, I think is what it was. And they just had seen me roller derby announce and liked my style. They asked me to do Pie Wars. And I wore a smoking jacket and a fez.
Of course you did.
And I should have worn that tonight. I always keep them handy. And I had a good time, and I found out that was a whole different set of skills.
Right.
I wasn't happy with my performance, but they asked me back, and I did Thrill the World, where everybody did a thriller dance, and I did a couple other just silly, great events they would have. They would have such imaginative events. And over the years, I started finding that people would pay me for some of these things, and so I was starting to make a little bit of money. And roller derby kind of fell kind of secondary almost, because now I'm actually making money doing other things, and that's where I'm kind of at now. I'm really liking it, but I've traveled so much, announcing in so many places. I've announced for Bristol Motor Speedway. I've announced up in Kentucky for, I forget the name of that speedway. I've announced things from Chattanooga to Georgia, Alabama, any state within 5 hours. I've been there and I've announced in a big city there. And I'm tired. I want to start staying home. I want to be able to make I'm not making a lot of money traveling around announcing, but I want to make a little money here so that I can do what I love, not have to drive halfway around the world, and still bring my friends in who I've known for years, who I know would like to try to make a go, at least making some money for their talents, you know. And that's what I've been doing. I worked on Secret Society for 2 years.
Which is a vaudeville show. It
was vaudeville, and eventually we rebranded into something different because another vaudeville show came to town while we were doing our show.
Not ours.
It was another one, but it's fine. I just changed the name. They were great folks. It was good friends. There was no competition. But kind of changed the show, which was for the better. It became better because of it, and now we're getting ready to start up our third season. This is only going to be like 2 or 3 performances, and it's about a dog that goes to hell. And I've asked you to be in this because it's based on my dog.
I'm trying to be the dog.
And you've met my dog.
I'm just hanging around to get into the character. I really get into it.
That's very method.
I've been running around on my all fours.
Yeah.
Eating kibble.
Yeah, Verbal does not appreciate you eating all of his snacks, by the way.
You know what? He shouldn't leave them out.
That's true.
We also, Dawn City actually has 2 other vaudeville shows.
Yeah.
Which are different. So it's all...
Absolutely.
There's Jalopy Junction. They have a fire eater.
Yeah.
And they do... what's the spinning thing when you're on a...
The silks or the...
they may have done silks at some point.
The ring?
The ring.
I forget. I cannot remember what it's called.
Jalopy Junction is really good.
Yeah, and I've known them since way back when. We're good friends. So I like them a lot.
I did a few shows with them. I'm now in Ragtime Roustabouts.
Oh, right on.
Which is another vaudeville show, and I'll do lamplighter singing and so yeah. There's all sorts of. It's sort of weird that such a small town would have so many sort of variety shows.
Yeah, but each one does its own thing.
Yeah, exactly. They're all different.
And in Asheville, there's one on every block, I swear. but here, I mean, my show is completely contemporary.
Yeah.
I don't revere anything traditional.
Yeah, you're like a modern day variety vaudeville
I'm
show.
trying to reinvent it into something contemporary.
Yeah.
Jalopy Junction, they excel at doing the retro, old-fashioned sideshow bloomers and great costumes.
They do great costumes.
way over the top. It's
and they
wonderful.
just did a burlesque show that I heard killed.
Excellent.
I heard it was amazing. Yeah, and Ragtime Roustabouts, it's kind of, we do a lot of old stuff, but we do, like, we're working on a Burns and Allen sketch.
Oh, classic. Love it.
We do stuff like that. So it's a little different, not the burlesque, but we have magic, Harry Houdini acts, stuff like that. So it's all different.
If done right, as long as everybody's cool, and again, all of us, all of the people that created these, we've all known each other already.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't a surprise. And, you know, my show also, somebody else had taken this exact idea of that show, and they were going to do their own version. And so the great thing about Secret Society is our secrets are always changing. And so our next show is not anything like the last show. And the next show after that I've got planned is not going to be anything like this show. So everyone will be unique and have its own thing. And then now I was asked just yesterday first time ever, I'm writing a soundtrack for a fire show. Yeah,
nice.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
and I can't wait. I'm thrilled because I've never done this before. It's just I have to take it's pure music. And fire are the only languages I have to communicate with. Yeah. I'm working with one of the specialists that are with it, and I cannot wait for this collaboration. That's what I have a whole weekend. All we're doing is locking ourselves in here, and we're not leaving until it's done.
Something's done?
Yeah. And then I get to work safety for the fire show. I love those guys.
Very cool.
Yeah. I'm so excited to get in uncharted territory. I've written and created for so long. I'm kind of... Well, you saw me when I did this. I went to work. This is what I've done for 26 years professionally. And so I was like, oh. Yeah. And then I overdid everything. And
obsessive is the word I'd use.
It's not obsessive. I like to think of it as thorough.
Thorough is a good word. Thorough is a nice word.
Because I stop. Once it's set up, I'm like,
that's true.
I'm done. True. I'm over it.
Hey, by the way, hey, DJ Ray.
DJ Ray.
I know you put that down there a second ago, but...
You haven't gotten kicked out tonight. I told the robot it was bad, and it's not allowed to. It's not allowed to kick you today. Only I can kick you out today.
Yeah. So maybe we should tell people about our Patreon.
Oh yeah, it's brand new. In fact, I haven't even finished filling out all the fields. Oh. But no, you're absolutely right. We should, because here's the thing. Everything that we're doing here, it doesn't cost a thing. That's why we're doing it. This is all equipment that I have laying around. Because
we literally live 20 feet from each other, so...
Yeah, getting together, it's not like most things where it's hard to get people nailed down. Right. I know where to find her. And so it wasn't really a leap. We both wanted to do some kind of podcast show, and as a compulsive overachiever, I had to do something live.
Of course.
With the corresponding... technical problems that come with it, but that landed us here, and I've got some really cool ideas for this that we can do.
And we've got a great lineup of people who are...
just confirmed people.
Yeah.
We have coming up are going to be people that really are, they use the term cornerstones, but these people are the cornerstones of the downtown culture. They're the people that have made things happen consistently for years. I mean, everyone contributes. Everyone's done stuff. There's folks that just live around here that volunteer their time all the time, but there's certain people that own those cornerstone businesses that seem to create the gathering places where the culture happens.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to have them on our show.
And I've got a wish list of people. I want to talk to Travis down at Hideaway. I want to talk to...
can we do it at the Hideaway?
Yeah, of course.
That would be amazing.
Of course.
We have to order PBRs, too.
As if I order anything else when I'm at the Hideaway. I want to talk to Dan and Jan Newman.
Yep.
Together or separately. Either way, it's always entertaining. I want to talk to... who else? Oh, I'm just drawing a blank. Andreas owns Proverbs.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And Silverball City. I'm really just fishing for a free entry into Silverball City. I'm not going to lie.
Been.
Oh, it's fantastic. I
need to go.
I'm an 80s arcade kid, and I don't go often. I may even wait a couple months between trips, but when I'm there, I am there for 2 hours, 3 hours.
I hung out at the arcade that was in the mall. Mm-hmm. You remember that place?
Yeah.
I hung out there when I was a teenager, but mostly because that's where the cute boys were. Not the popular boys, by any means, but the cute boys.
Right.
So I still have a little nostalgia for like hearing all the machine sounds.
There are YouTube channels that have nothing but the sounds of 80s arcades. And I loaded one up and put my headphones on at work one day, and I was like...
Just takes you back.
I literally... I've always had an overactive imagination at the best of times. And I'm a daydreamer. I'll drift away, and I'm literally in another world in my head. And I listened to that, and suddenly I was back in 1982 at the gold mine in the Johnson City Mall, the original arcade.
Tilt was the one I did.
It had moved down to the other end by then.
Yes,
and
exactly.
it was still fine. I went there all the time, too. But the old gold mine it looked like a mine on the outside. It had a little...
Wait, did they have a putt-putt?
No, I don't think they had a putt-putt.
There was a place in the Johnson City Mall that had putt-putt.
It was down below.
No, it was at the top. It was where Claire's is now.
Oh, you're right.
And I remember as a kid,
right.
when I got to go to that putt-putt place, that was the shit. I was living high on the hog when I got there.
I got ripped and would go to that place. That's why I don't remember it. Just ripped. It was a good time.
Oh man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's okay. I just went back. I was at that place.
Yeah.
I could see where every video game was. Yeah. The dim lights, and in my head played Dragon's Lair.
Oh my god, that's what we.
Odin, I remembered what it was.
Oh,
Family Entertainment Center. Was that over? Now, was that the one on Market Street?
No, was that the putt-putt place?
Oh, that was it. Oh, okay.
In the mall. Yeah, they're that Johnson City needs a putt-putt place.
It does. They used to have a great place.
I love putt-putt.
Over the hill from Northside Hospital, there was a place right behind it.
Yeah. That
was there for years.
Yeah.
And it was a great place. They had a decent arcade. Yeah. They had air hockey tables. They had a lot of fun stuff, and then it was a decent putt-putt. Yeah. I would go there a lot. I've never been a huge putt-putt place. I'm kind of a windmill snob.
That's fair.
I'm going to judge your putt-putt on a windmill, and they didn't have a windmill.
I do want some challenge when I'm putt-putting. If you want to putt-putt, go to Pigeon Forge.
Oh, absolutely.
That's where to putt-putt.
Hillbilly golf is still one of my favorites. To this day, I haven't been in 10 years, but every 10 years I have to go to a pilgrimage to Hillbilly golf.
The remote-controlled boat!
Yes,
oh my God.
Was fun.
I totally forgot about those. Those were awesome.
That was great.
That was great. Oh my God. I seriously have not thought... I'm 28 now. I have not thought about this place in 23 years. Because it closed when I was like 5 or 6 or something.
It wasn't there a long time. That's why I don't remember it.
But now all these memories are...
I was probably making a film or something. I was in a bubble back then.
And every Johnson Cityan has been to Pigeon Forge. It's not really this area, but since we're hometown East Tennessee... We'd be remiss to not mention Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. Yeah. Because that is...
And if there's some way we could ever find to write it off on our taxes, we could do a live show right from Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg.
Oh, I'll figure it out.
We could do it anyhow. To hell with it. We could do whatever we want. If a tax person,
CPA is watching, call us.
Right. Kingsport has putt-putt.
It's not that great, though. They don't even have a windmill.
That's true. And I've been to that one many times. And I'm like, this is cool, but...
It's fine. It's fine.
Windmill.
I want a legit putt-putt place.
Yeah.
But
like you said, we got Pigeon Forge, and there's still a bunch of putt-putts around there. I've got a hilarious picture of me and a big water creature behind me.
Oh, yes. We did have a putt-putt. Do you remember the Christian... Sorry, I remember that way, but the Christian putt-putt place arcade over on North Roan Street, where U-Haul is now. It's a big warehouse.
Did they have go-karts and stuff inside?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they had batting cages?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was ripped and drove go-karts, and they were not one bit happy, but they couldn't prove it. Imagine. I had a beer in my coat.
Oh my God, I love it. Oh my God. Oh.
Actually, some of my friends that were there may see this, and if any police are watching, I'm just making it up.
He's lying.
It's pure fabrication.
Oh my god, I forgot about that place.
That was a good place. I had a good time because the trick is when you're in those little go-karts, you got to let a little bit of the air out of that left rear tire. It gives you a little more grip. It gets a little NASCAR trick. Me and my buddy learned.
They had blacklight putt there.
Oh yeah.
You got into a certain room and there were like 5 little putt things in there, and that was cool. It was weird though because there was all this like Christian symbology in there, but it was blacklight.
As long as it's like, good putt.
No, it's great. No, I just found interesting. It's like blacklight Bible is what it was. It was like, you see like a blacklight Jesus on the
Fun
wall.
Expedition. Thank you.
Yes, Fun Expedition.
I'd not thought of
They
that.
had pretty good pizza.
I did have some of that pizza. I was not thrilled with the pizza.
It was like high school pizza.
Yeah, but
it was nostalgic.
I was a drunk 30-year-old.
Fair enough. Oh man.
Also in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg are just like entire.
Yeah.
Those are entire specialty
shows
that we could do with all the stuff that I've seen and done and been kicked out of there. Those were where all of our school trips went.
Yeah.
Those were where my vacations went.
See, we should do a special there because anyone who's from here knows that there's a huge, huge difference between Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge,
Absolutely.
even though they're like 5 minutes from each other.
Right.
It's so funny. It's like the camping thing.
Yeah.
You find out what kind of family someone comes from if they went to Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge.
It's the truth. My family had a different use for each one of them.
Exactly. We did too. But so, do we want to have an after show and now let people?
Let's just keep rolling a little bit. We had such an interruption there in the middle of it.
Yeah, thank you. The Bible stuff was a bit odd, but I'm not making this religious, so,
right?
Or non-religious.
But let's let it roll a little bit. I don't know
fine.
exactly how long we were interrupted in the middle, and
That's true. Well, can I get another beer?
Oh well, if you need another beer, yeah. In that case, we're going to take just a minute.
Yeah, but I will literally be back in just a second.
Sorry, we got cables everywhere. Any questions while Bailey's off getting another drink? Anything we can talk about when she gets back? I appreciate y'all hanging out. Hey, Burbles.
Hey, buddy. Thank you. Hello. The problem is, if I sit here without a drink, I'm just going to obsessively put chapstick on, and it's not going to make for good TV.
Right. Where, Bubby? We need a verbal cam, don't we? We need
to get a GoPro and attach it to him.
Let's just put it from the verbal cam, and he's watching us. Actually, it would just be the GoPro shooting the floor.
Well, you could put him in a little helmet that has a.
You hand me that. Just hand me that camera. Yeah, there's just not much to see outside right now.
Yeah, that's true. Put this over here.
I don't know if you all have met my dog, or if you've.
The sweetest little pup. Well, he's not a pup.
He's a pup.
I think of every dog as a little pupper.
Puppy.
Look at him.
He's a puppy. Look at all the cables we got rolling around here.
He is so sweet.
Say hi,
He's
buddy.
the sweetest little pupper.
Say hi, buddy.
Little Harry Houdini in a past life.
Yeah, he can escape. That's a whole nother. That's a show in itself. Just talking about my dog escaping.
He's so cute.
He's like.
I like how he's looking at it like,
This is what I have to put up with.
Exploiting me for ratings.
Yeah, whatever it takes. Ratings. Good boy. He's a good boy.
He is a good boy. He's a good boy. You'll never meet my rabbit. It'll just never happen. You put a camera down near him and he would just bolt.
Oh, DJ Ray, that's right. I got to hang out with DJ Ray last weekend. He was running audio for the roller derby that was going on Spring Street.
Oh, nice.
I was so busy, I didn't get to hang out down there as much as I wanted to.
I will admit, DJ Ray, you scared the shit out of me.
Oh, if I had a nickel for every time a woman told DJ Ray that. Oh, sorry.
No. So I met DJ Ray at Little Chicago, but I had been drinking and I was looking for food on the Carnival food street, and I just heard someone say Bailey, and he said it again, and I was like, as a young female, hearing people say your name can be a little bit anxiety provoking. And I turned around and this man's walking toward me who I've never seen before. Thank God he very quickly said, I'm DJ Ray, it was funny. I remember I told him later that night, I think. But it was very good meeting you.
Oh, I am DJ Ray. Ah, lovely. The master will be pleased.
I'm sorry, DJ Ray. I'm kidding.
But anyone who wants to say hello to me out in public, who I've never seen before, feel free. Just know that for the first 30 seconds, I'm going to be scared shitless.
Oh, hi.
Just know. It's fine.
DJ Ray laughs his ass off and says sorry.
No.